Brothers, hope this message finds you all well. God, there's some bullshit out there, isn't there? How many of you guys follow Joe Rogan? I think he's brilliant. I mean, he doesn't get it right all the time, but his podcasts are excellent. I really love watching Joe, and I love watching the people he brings on to his channel. His podcasts, they are just so diverse, and he's always got something outside of mainstream media. And in the last couple of years, I've really lost faith in mainstream media. And this latest thing with Joe Rogan and Spotify and Neil Young saying it's either you drop him or you drop me is hilarious. I think Neil Young rates 700 and something on Spotify for sales. Joe Rogan, he'd be right at the very top, wouldn't he? I mean, he just gets millions of views. You can't help but love the bloke. He's in his 50s. He smokes a spliff, smokes a cigar, does a workout, and he brings on, I mean, it's just some of the stuff he does live. It's a chill podcast, but he has some really interesting debates, and he asks some really good questions and some hard questions, and he allows the other person to talk. He doesn't like the sound of his voice too much, and he's honest. He stuffs up sometimes. He's honest. Anyway, they've tried to cancel him, or at least Neil Young tried to cancel him and ended up cancelling himself. This cancel culture can backfire on you sometimes. I don't trust media much anymore, the actual mainstream media, because I see now they're posting up a whole lot of stuff of the past of Joe Rogan and stuff that's actually contradictory sort of stuff, like when he used the N-word once, which was 10 years ago, and it was out of context, so someone posted it, and different stuff like that, and they're trying to sort of dig up any dirt they can on him. And I think he's a person that speaks his mind, and in doing so, there's a group of people that want to hear something a little bit different from the bullshit. Now, why do I say bullshit? Well, one of the things is that, and I'm going to get in trouble for this, but one of the things is the jab, won't say it because we control there, you see. You can't even talk about it on YouTube. If you talk about that in a negative way in any sort, you class as misinformation. That's what Joe's been classed as speaking misinformation. But as an example of that, when that first came out, and my kids have both had it. As a parent, I did my research, make sure it's all okay, and it said that there are rare cases. I think it was 1 in 10,000 or something. Well, it can't be 1 in 10,000, because I live here in Mapua, and I know 7 people that have been seriously adversely affected to the point of not being able to go to work, very, very sick. My chiropractor's got heart problems. I mean, he's only in his 30s. A young lady down the road can't go to work anymore. Actually, 2 young ladies I know, and the rest are all young men. So my daughter's got a friend whose father dropped dead the same day he had it. Of course, you can't prove that that's what it is, but there's just so many stories now starting to leak out everywhere. It's like, I don't think they're as rare as they're telling us. Oh, I could be wrong. What do you guys reckon? I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe it's just coincidental that I know 7 people. I don't watch the news. I don't have a television. I don't watch any mainstream media at all because I've never trusted it. It's all for just... When the government's paying mainstream media, then there's a narrative that we've been fed. So I just don't trust it. What are your thoughts? Am I going down a bloody rabbit hole, the wrong place? Or do you guys feel the same? I'm sure you don't feel the same as me. I'm sure because I'm so isolated from the media and because I don't watch TV and I don't read the papers, I'm probably way off track. But that's just what I've found. What do you guys reckon? I've been working since early this morning. My son's staying with me right now. And I'm really wanting to go away and do another survival mission with nothing this time, and using nothing man-made. And all day I've been working around here, and it's fucking hot. Speaking of the F word, one of my mates, I won't say mate, a colleague I know, he's actually a really good bloke, Tim Robertson, Christian man. He's been really, really helpful to a lot of us guys at the boat club and stuff, and he helped build the boat club, and good bloke. But he phoned me up last night, and I thought it was a bit weird because I don't really know him that well. I know him because he had the same sort of operation as I had a few years ago, but I don't really know him personally to talk, unless if there's something wrong with a boat, I'd call him up. But he calls me up and says, how'd you get on with that houseboat? And I said, yeah, no, good. And then he, after a while, he goes, oh, just one other thing. Can you please stop using the F word on your channel, your Clay Tall Stories channel, because there's young kids, grandchildren that watch that. And I said, well, it's actually not for children, the channel. It's for men, or mostly men, and women too, but it's 90% men watch it. Hunting and fishing, and none of the swearing is swearing at anybody. It's only just with joy. You know, it's a fucking big fish, or oh fuck, it fell over, or something. But it's not derogatory towards somebody. This Anglo-Saxon word that's been in my blood for years is that I grew up with. I don't think there's any problem in using it if you're using it in the text that this is a fucking big pig, mate, or it's a fucking good dog. If you're telling someone, you go and get fucked, that's different. But I'm not using it like that. And so I said to him, look, it's just who I am, Tim. I can't really help that. I wish I didn't swear as much because it cost me a lot of viewers, I know. Particularly the Oklahoma Bible Belt and Texas, where I have a lot of people follow my hunting stuff. A lot of those guys they don't like my cussing, as they call it. Don't cuss, Clay, and don't blaspheme and all that. And I get that, but it's just who I am. And I actually tried. Mate Josh, who's got a really good channel called The Kiwi Bushman, his advice to me was in 2017, we'll wait for the Raw. And I said, what would you suggest I could do to better my channel, mate? He says, stop your swearing. So I tried it, and it just didn't work. I'd choke on my words, and I couldn't freely express myself, and so I gave up on it. Anyway, I do try to swear less, but I can't really help it. And it's just so difficult because I've been swearing my whole life. I know it offends people, but to my thinking, if they are offended, they should just probably stop watching the channel because you know I'm going to swear. It's a bit like that channel, The F Word, with Gordon Ramsay. I love it. It's called The F Word. You're not going to watch that channel and then complain about swearing, especially when it's called The F Word, you know. So if you watch Clay Tall Stories and you don't like swearing, you're silly because you know it's going to have killing in it because I'm going to kill a fish, or I'm going to kill a pig, or I'm going to kill a stag, or I'm going to kill something's going to die because we eat protein, and I'm going to swear. So anyway, this video is probably not going to go too well. Just shooting shit off the top with you guys, having a cup of tea. I'm absolutely shattered. I've had a massive day. I really worked hard today, but it's a good feeling. A bit blocked up with sawdust and stuff. Been working on me houseboat, and it's been a hot day. I think we're getting rain tomorrow. Anyway, if you are watching this still, well done. Make it to the end of just a bit of a yak, and write your 2 cents worth below on what you think about stuff. This is a channel where no one's gonna, whatever you say, and you can say, Clay, you're a wanker. I don't care. It's okay. You'd be half right if you did anyway. Just have your say, and I'm not gonna delete anybody's comments. Never have done yet, unless they were actually not on this channel. Unless someone's been really nasty to somebody, but nah, it's free speech and express yourself. It's brothers here talking to brothers, just like we're sitting down in a room now having a cup of tea or beer and talking. That's me today. Check on yourself, check on a brother, go steady. We'll see you in the next one. See you later. I think like a good cup of tea, eh?